Hey, greetings folks, Performance Reviews, where I give you the review from the technician's point of view. And today, Levoit, however you want to say it, decided to send me another stick vac. A couple years ago, they had sent one to me. It was like real middle of the road, nothing special. And we have a long history on the channel, if you're new, of companies sending us products and then us giving them bad reviews. So even though they did send this to us, there are no guarantees for them. So let's get right into it. The box clearly came from China. That is labeled on here more times than I can count. Levoit is like a Chinese company. They're making a anti-tangle roller, 60-minute claim. We'll check that. I bet you it's not 60 minutes. Well, let's see what's inside this box. And this box is really small. Like the typical vacuum wand is about 1 meter long. And this box, my gosh, 45 centimeters or 17 inches is quite compact for a vacuum cleaner. Small, at 1/2 meter in size. And yes, I am in the US. We're using metric here because it's just easier. Open this up and see. Well, right away we have the contents of this unboxing ruined by this sticker, so that's nice. We have please charge. I actually really like it when companies put the quick start guide on the box so consumers know. And then we are greeted with a manual, so I like that. We are greeted with a wand. Let's see what this is. Stub tube. The actual machine itself. Let's take a look. It's a pretty good looking machine. We're greeted with very long crevice tool. Crevice tool is almost as long as the wand. We are greeted with a cleaner head, and this is probably the most interesting part. So we have some very stiff bristles. They decided to do that fin thing. I don't know why companies keep doing this fin thing. It does not make them anti-tangle. We have a, it looks like an electric hand tool. Also, softer bristles, interesting. Okay, well, at least it comes out for service. Appreciate that. Does the bigger one come off for service? Let's find out. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, I like that. Well, that will be nice. We have a charger and some sort of wall mount and some mollies. Well, that's everything we got in the box. Cleaner head, a motorized upholstery tool, a crevice dusting brush, one wand, one maybe small wand, a unit itself, and it looks like the battery is already attached for those who wanted to know. A charger, some mollies, and I believe this is the wall mount. Yeah, very basic wall mount. Mounts really high up on the machine. Alright, I've got the unit all charged up. Let's go ahead and assemble it. Something that's a little strange is the wand comes in 2 pieces, and they do have it labeled very clearly. I do like that. So we assemble that, and then once that's together, you don't really ever take that apart. So that's just going to go there. You're going to clip this on. And this is, unfortunately, its own proprietary fitting on here as well. And then this would just clip on here like so. Or if you need to put your hand tools on, oops, they would go on like so. Now, as far as what is on here in your hand, you have your battery check indicator. You have a nice removable battery. We press this button right here. That releases the whole bin, and that's actually a really nice feature. That way you can go outside, empty this bin. It also means the bin comes apart if you need to wash it, do that stuff, which you inevitably will because it's bagless. So we got some filters under here. I mean, they don't have like little tabs on them. Oh, okay, so we got a filter under there. Looks like we have a true dual cyclone here. And then up in here, we have the HEPA filter. So nice to see a decent amount of filtration on a machine that's of this price point. Let's go ahead and see how much suction this thing has. We're going to test it on its highest setting. All right, so a machine with 15 inches of working vacuum is not abnormal for a cordless machine, but what is abnormal is it's getting 59 inches sealed, which is pretty darn high. I tested that using a stub tube from a pneumatic Henry, so I'll have a link below to that. In case for some reason you get one of these and you want to use regular accessories on it, that would be the way to adapt it. So because the unit itself acts as part of the wand itself is pretty short. Now I'm 6'3", and surprisingly, even though the wand is very short on this, this is not uncomfortable for me to use. So ergonomically, I do like that on there. So one of the quirks of the machine is it stays on after you hit the off button. So if you're trying to hit the off button to avoid sucking up something, that's not going to happen with this. On the positive side, I think the reason they did this is so that everything clears out of the head and the tube to kind of make up for the lack of power on this machine. I'm not sure Oreo is amused. I just want to state the fact that this thing stands up by itself is pretty awesome. Most stick vacuums don't do this, and it's a nice feature. All right, folks, we switched to the studio microphone. You're going to hear the real sound of the machine running. And of course, we put our standard pickup test of fine sand, breakfast cereal, cat litter, and fresh pet hair. Let's see how it does. We'll be on the highest suction setting, of course. Well, it did pick up some stuff, but as you can see, it left at least half of that sand behind. Oh, I just missed it. There's cat litter over here now from over here. So it ground in the cat litter, ground in the sand. And it left a little bit of pet hair and snow plowed some breakfast cereal. So that's about as expected for most cordless machines. If you're looking for a deep clean, you don't want a cordless machine. You want a plug-in machine that's just kind of a given. And if that wasn't a given, go check out one of my other videos on that subject. All right, let's do a hard floor pickup test of fine sand, breakfast cereal, cat litter, and pet hair and see how it does. Again, we'll be using it on the highest setting. Well, that did remarkably well. And I think some of that, no, it did not. All that just fell out of the head. So to make up for those low suction numbers, what we have here is we have 2 squeegees and a brush on both sides of this roller. So we have 6 things hitting the floor to try to make up for that. And you can see, wow, that hair just went into the wheel with the breakfast cereal. So that will probably be a problem in the future if you own one of these. Now, something I did notice about this cleaner head is we have this nice path going into the center, and this should allow big objects to pass through. The other thing I really like about this cleaner head is there's a button on top, and you have a quick release for the roller. So being able to take the roller out and clean it or replace it with any tools is a really nice feature. Let's see if this will pick up the breakfast cereal for all the mommy vloggers out there. So as you can see, that does as advertised on hard floor by using the brush roller to make up for the lack of suction. Overall, do I recommend this thing? Well, this is just an unboxing and first look. So far, my impressions are that the build quality is kind of average for the segment, and if the price is right, well, probably wouldn't say no if you're in need of something for quick pickups. However, don't intend on this being your only vacuum. And of course, it is bagless, so understand if you have allergies to anything, this is probably not the machine for you as well. Thanks for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up. Share it if you like it. If you want to support the channel, there'll be a link below to this machine that benefits the channel. If you really like what we're doing, check out our Patreon and have yourself a wonderful day.